Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing great, and I hope everybody's out walking and being mobile, getting strong. So this morning I want to talk about this topic of this slow death. I guess that's what I've seen floating around the internet or YouTube, and it really deals with us as we age and our legs, and why things deteriorate in our bodies if we're not active with our legs. I mean, we're talking muscle loss, reduced circulation, joint wear and tear, balance and coordination, weakness in the bone density, etc., etc. And all of this, is kind of like this slow death. I mean, it's not literal death, but it's, the death of our mobility, the death of our flexibility. And so hopefully that title grabs your attention and wants you to take some action. And I'm going to talk about that, and I'm going to talk about three things that you can do to help reduce that, to help slow that down, so that as we go into our 80s and 90s, we're stronger, we're more mobile, we're more flexible, we're more fit. So good morning, everybody, and welcome to Over 60 Guy. This is kind of like the hangout for us over 60 or approaching 60, or in our 70s, 80s, that kind of thing. It's a place where we can just encourage each other to get active, get mobile, maybe like realize that, we have been doing a little bit too much of the eating, too much of the sitting, too much of the sugars, too much of the complacency, and not enough action. I mean, this is such an important time for us in our 60s that we get a second chance. We get like a do-over, where our bodies are still capable of creating the strength we need, creating the flexibility we need, getting fit, getting trim, and feeling great. And so that's what I want to do for all of us. That's what I want to do for you. And if you have not visited my channel before, welcome. Yeah, you're welcome. Come join the crew. And if you like what I do, just exercise your finger, boop, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and notify, that kind of thing. And I try to do these quite often each week. I did take a little bit of a break for a few days, and much needed, and now I'm back. I try to post like 4 or 5 times a week, and I typically do it while I walk, because walking is action, and I just want you guys to mimic what I'm doing. Every day, get walking, woohoo. So you can wake up and say, you know what, I'm gonna go walk with that goofy guy, Brian. So welcome. All right, so let's talk about the legs. As we age and we are not active and we slow down and we do this, we kind of get complacent with ourselves, we're going to lose some muscle mass. We're going to lose muscle mass not only in our legs but in our body, and and that's not good. We'll also create this fat around our organs, which is hard to lose unless you get serious about it. And so muscle mass is a big one, and reduced circulation. If you're not mobile, if you're not moving, your circulation tends to slow down. You get more cramps, increased risk of what do they call pad disease, and lots of things happen in our circulation as we get older if we're not active. And then, of course, joint wear and tear. A lot of us work in the trades, like either factory or mechanics or carpentry, and even as you're sitting and you're doing work at the desk and or delivering packages, I mean, all kinds of tasks. I mean, you get joint wear and tear in your hips and your ankles, your knees. You're losing cartilage. It's painful. My wife suffers from back pain and knee pain. It's terrible. And so watching our loved ones and watching ourselves go through that is no fun. Also, we tend to lose our balance. Ooh, yeah, as we walk, we're losing our balance. My parents and my wife's parents, my mom passed away last year. It's very sad. I love my mom and miss her. My dad is starting to lose balance, and he's going through a lot of these things. He's in his 80s, and my wife's parents too. And so, you know, as you get older, you know, you risk falling, and falling is bad when you get older, because that, you know, that leads to a lot of prolonged time in the hospital, and it's no fun to be in those hospital beds, you know. It's just risk of injury as you lose the strength, as you lose this muscle, as you know. So the other thing is you lose and reduce bone density. So over time, when you're not active, when you're not building muscle, you're reducing bone density. And bone density is, you know, makes you strong, and that's what's going to help carry us into our 80s and 90s. So we have to figure a way to reverse that, to be active and move and no longer be subject to, you know, time taking away and taking hold of our body and weaken us. And so a sedentary lifestyle, a non-active lifestyle, is going to lead to everything I just told you. And, you know, you're on this channel because you're looking to make a change, or you are making a change. You're part of the 30-day challenge, something like that. Or you've been doing this for years. I'm hearing from people who are just chiming in, and they're active, and they're telling me. So this is very important to all of us. So what can we do about it? Well, there's 3 things that we can do. The first thing is chair squats or squats, Asian squats, anything squat related. So as I talked before, one of my videos, I talked about Asian squats, and that's where you just, you know, you go down and you just pretty much down like you see, you know, it's called a resting squat, right? And you see kids doing this a lot, and you do 2 or 3 minutes of this every day, and that just really helps. I mean, that's awesome. And you know, if you've been doing squats a while, this is one that you can add to your repertoire. And then of course there's, you know, regular squats, and that's just where you're squatting down, you're doing just like that, you know, regular squats. But also you can do like bench squats or seat squats. So you find yourself a bench like this is a bench. So you find yourself a bench, and you just go down to the bench. You sit, you stand. You sit, you stand. You sit, you stand. That's how you start up, and you can literally do it anywhere. I mean, you can do it on your walk, mid walk. Get halfway through your walk, find a place where you can do your squats, and knock them out. Knock them out. That's great. So the other thing is calf raises. So calf raises, you can find a handle. Just find something to hold on to, and you can find a board that's raised, or even do it from the floor. If you're just starting out, you're basically gonna just do that. You're gonna lift up, can you see? You're just gonna lift up just like that. And that's gonna build the calves, right? So calf raises are very, very important. Someone told me, or someone mentioned, or I learned research, something, that the calf is like a second heart. It's the thing that brings blood to your veins. You know, it pumps the blood to your veins, so it helps, you know, circulation, that kind of thing. Improves ankle stability. You know, the squats are building your thighs, your upper legs, right? Building those big muscles, and the calves are building your, you know, the raises are going to build your calves, right? And the other thing that you can do that will help with balance and coordination and other things like that is just your what they call heel to toe walking. So you just heel to toe walk, kind of like you're, you know, you got pulled over for drunk driving, right? All right, we don't want to do that. But you know, you just walk heel to toe, right? And you're working on your balance. Just walk that back and forth. You can do this in your house. You go back and forth on your floor, you know, one end of the house to the other. Just, again, you're starting off and you're working your balance. You're doing heel to toe all the time, just like that. And that is going to help you. So 3 great things that you can start, 3 great things that will cut off that slow death, right? That those bad habits that we have, and that's squats or chair squats, something like that, some combination. Chair squats if you want to start, and squats. I do 40 squats about 4 times a week, and I try to do those sitting squats daily. a couple minutes, right? A couple minutes. But if you're just starting, start off with chair squats. Just start with chair squats. And then do your calf raises. You know, if you have a stair and you can hold on, those are even better. Just do the calf raises just like that. Boom, just like that. Try to do 20 or 30, 40, whatever. Try to build up and grow. You know, start small, work your way. Take a break, that kind of thing. And then for balance and stability, just do your heel to toe, heel to toe, heel to toe. All right, heel to toe. That's what we want to do. So, yeah, let's get strong. Let's stay flexible. Let's stay mobile. Let's take our 60s, 50s, 60s, 70s. Let's take this time and really build strength, build flexibility, so that we can serve each other, serve our family, and not be weak as we get into our 80s and 90s. Okay. So for today, I ask that may the Lord be with you. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord shine his face upon you and give you peace. All right, I'm out for today. God bless. Bye.